get right into questions for Coach Pitino right away. So as a reminder to everyone, please send me a message in the chat if you'd like to ask a question. And we will start off today with Andy Greeter.
Hey, Richard, it seemed like early on in the second half, that run and maybe their zone defense was a big deciding point in the game. What did you see during that first 5 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were getting good looks. We weren't hitting them. We did a good job of adjusting, of getting into the middle of the lane, but it's hard to turn down open shots, and they're going to dare you a little bit to make them. And you got to be a little bit smarter and say, okay, maybe we're not hitting right now. Let's attack that lane, kick out, or throw it inside and then kick out. We fought really hard to cut it back to 5, which was great. And then again, we just took some ill-advised shots down the stretch.
Next, we will go over to Marcus Fuller.
Coach, with Liam, it started off the second half making that basket, and then for a while there, he wasn't involved much in the offense. Moving forward, you talked about the paint touches of your guards, but how can you get him more involved down the stretch?
Got to throw him the ball. We're not running, there's no plays that we're running. I mean, he's got to post up, throw him the ball. We got to look to him. And good things will happen when we do that.
Corey Cutler, over to you.
Coach, I'm following up with Liam there. Your first year with him, what does he bring to the team? How hard does he work to get to where he's at, knowing the road that he has taken to get to where he's at?
Yeah, it's an amazing story. Coming out of high school, not recruited real high, getting in unbelievable shape, working on his game. And now he's one of the better bigs in a terrific league, if not the best league, going toe to toe with some phenomenal ones. Been hobbled a little bit with some injuries. Obviously we had to shut down a little bit. Not ideal to not have a summer. So to be able to throw it into the fire a little bit, it's impressive to see. He's doing a lot of good things, and he's got some great basketball ahead of him.
Andy Greeter, back to you.
You've talked about how you can't rely on Marcus to score all the points, but in these 4 losses, he's been averaging 13. How do you get him going a little bit more?
I just want to get everybody going. It's not just one guy. I want to take great shots. I want to take what the defense gives us. My concern is the focus is the 5 guys on the court playing the right way and taking what the defense does and taking great shots. So, I mean, Marcus has been one of the best guards in the league. I got no doubt he'll bounce back and continue to grow and continue to get better.
Marcus Fuller, back to you.
You talked about getting other contributions. Obviously, Booth had one of his better games recently. What's the key for him? He and Gabe, to help Marcus out in that backcourt moving forward.
It's not about helping Marcus out. It's just about playing the right way for the team. If you got a shot, you knock it down. If it's time for you to play defense, you play defense or you block out. It's not about an individual. It's about the whole team. We had some bench contributions that were terrific that got us back in the game. It's about being ready. So it's not about one guy. It's about what's best for Minnesota and whoever's on the court doing their very best to put us in a great position to win.
Corey, back to you for another question. Coach, how tough is life on the road this year in the Big Ten? Obviously, with fans and everything, it makes going on the road tough. But with no fans there, is it a different feel? Is it tougher to win on the road still in the Big Ten?
It's much tougher to win when there's 15,000 fans in the arena. I think that's not going out on a limb there. What's unique is just whether or not it's testing and sitting around, but that's got nothing to do with it, in my opinion. It really doesn't. When you're playing on the road and you have a sold out arena, it's much more challenging than an empty arena. And so it's after 14 games, our guys have had some great moments. I thought this game was totally different than the other 3 losses. I thought we did a great job fighting back. We just took some bad shots down the stretch and weren't able to get stops.
And we'll do one last question, which will go to Marcus Fuller. That's okay with you, Marcus?
This is the first time you've played a team twice, and now you play Michigan again. What does that do when you play them such in a close time frame there?
Well, I think the guys know, what they're going to get. There's a familiarity factor, and obviously with just playing Michigan and then coming right back, it's even more familiar than Iowa. But I'm not a big revenge guy, pay you back guy. I'm a big hey, let's get better. Let's focus on getting some rest and then get back to work and see if we can beat a terrific team in Michigan. Obviously from a prep standpoint, our guys will know what we're trying to get, and it's a matter of getting it during the game. Obviously any win in this league is hard, and so you just got to keep grinding and fighting and stay the course.
All right, Coach, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
As we'll resume here in just a few moments with the players, and just once more as a reminder, we'll have Brandon Johnson and Booth Gach coming up next. Thank you.
Booth Gach first, so he'll take a seat and then go ahead and feel free to go ahead and get started.
All right, so as Paul said, we'll be leading off with Booth Gach. Please send me a message in the chat if you'd like to ask Booth a question. And we will start off once again with Andy Greeter.
Booth, it seemed like that first half was your best in quite a while. What was the key to that? It seemed like you were maybe cutting a little bit more active offensively.
Just trying to stay confident. Every time I step on the court, obviously, I haven't been, performing, how I should be, in the previous game. So for me, it's just all about coming out, trying to be confident, and just trying to, start off strong.
Next, we will go over to Marcus Fuller.
Booth, you look at the way that you guys competed in the first half, just being on the road and having some tough losses. What did that mean for your confidence? And then you cut it so close there in the end. What did that mean to get within?
It means a lot. They had a big league on us, going on to the second. So for us, it's all about cutting down, staying poised. And for us, we're trying to get our first, road win. So, it's a bummer, it didn't happen tonight. But, for us, we just got to keep working and, keep trying to find our identity. Hopefully, one of those will fall.
I'm waiting to see if additional questions will come in for Booth. Please message me in the chat if you have an additional question for Booth. Marcus, we'll go right back to you for another one.
When you look at the fact that you played Iowa already, you're playing Michigan again for the second time. There's obviously revenge factor for Iowa. Having just played Michigan and lost by 25, is there any kind of feeling in you guys' mind about you're much better than that you showed at Michigan?
Yeah, definitely. We felt like, as a team, we didn't, perform as we should. So for us, it's all about trying to get payback on them. We're going to do anything and everything it takes to get that W.
Andy, back to you for the next one.
Booth, what could you put your finger on for the struggles that you've had individually at times this year?
Man, for me, it's just trying to remain confident, just trying to, just be myself out there when I'm on the court, and not just, just putting, other things aside, not thinking as much when I'm out there, just trying to be myself, and trying to have fun.
All right, and just taking one last check to make sure no more questions are going to come in for Booth. But Booth, thank you for your time. Looks like we're all set. Thank you. We'll wrap up in just a few moments with Brandon Johnson.
All right, Sully, we have Brandon here. So when he sits down, it's all yours, man.
Take a seat. There's water. Appreciate it.
All right, so we will wrap up today with Brandon Johnson. We'll get started with questions as soon as the first one rolls into the chat. Thank you. Marcus Fuller, start off with you.
Brandon, you guys hit 17 threes in that first Iowa game. You had some that fell late there, but can you guys sometimes maybe fall in love with that a little bit too much and not be as aggressive attacking?
Sure. Especially like a game like last time, we just expect something like that to happen again playing the same team. But we couldn't really be mad because they were good looks. It just wasn't falling. But sometimes we do fall in love with the shot, and it'll be an open lane to the basket, and people will just settle, including myself. I'll settle for a wide open three instead of attacking the rim. So that's something that we got to fix as a group for sure.
Andy Grader, over to you.
Brandon, you guys got 4 road losses, all the ranked teams, all by double digits. Was this different than those, or do you kind of all put them in the same category? Do you feel like it was an improvement, or was it still kind of in the negative category, I guess?
I mean, to me, it's still a negative because at the end of the day, we still lost. But we played better than what we did in the last few road games. But it's progress, but it's still a lot of work to do.
I'll give it another couple seconds to see if any additional questions roll in for Brandon. Andy, let's go back to you for another one.
Richard talks about, offense coming from all 5 guys, but Marcus has been the clear leader this year, but has struggled in these road defeats. What do you kind of put that on, do you think?
Nothing much really. Just everybody has their days. Like sometimes the shot just doesn't fall. Including myself, the past couple games, my shot hasn't been falling. But I'm 100% confident in every person on the team and shooting the shots that they're capable of making, regardless of who it is, any guy on the bench. Like I'm 100% confident. So it's just one of those games, but we'll bounce back. He'll bounce back for sure.
Marcus Fuller, back to you.
Brandon, obviously a lot of responsibility to guard the opposing big is on Liam's shoulders, but when you go against Garza and some of the bigs in this league who've had 30, 28 points on you guys, what can you guys do to help Liam, against some of these elite big men?
Just basically like when those type of big men get the ball in the post, just harder digs from the guard position and just noticing it more from the 4 spot to try to give him some type of support. But like I said earlier, we did better in those terms like today than the past couple games on the road. But like I said, it's still more improvement to do. So.
And I do not see any additional question requests. So Brandon, thank you for your time.
Appreciate it.
Everyone else, thank you for your time as well. Have a great rest of your Sunday.
No problem. Appreciate it.